I'm Jeffrey M. Diabo. For those of you that don't know me, my mother's Margaret Thomas. She's sitting over there, so I got to watch what I say. Her parents were Frank Thomas and Roseanne Jacobs. My father was Matty Diabo. His parents were Frank Diabo and Madeline Norton. I'm running for council because I've gained a lot of experience working for Kahnawake for the last 12 years alongside of Mohawk Council. I think, as some of them are already saying, there is a lot that we can do, but we need to start finding ways of working together. We need more people involved in things. We talked a lot about self-sufficiency. We hear that going around, but we can't do it just in small groups. We got to start pulling together to do it. There's a lot of things around us that we can make use of, you know, like the seaways right there. I mentioned that on the radio today, and we're not getting anything out of it. We talk about creating businesses and jobs. Well, who knows better than that than the business people? They need to be involved in some things. We need to include them in things that are going on in Kahnawake if we're looking for the future. Our elders are around. We need to talk to them about what occurred at their time to better understand some of the things we're facing today so we can make a good future for our kids tomorrow. It's not only about us here today and ignoring everything else. So there's a lot of things that are going on, even out there with Canada. They're passing a lot of things that are going to affect us in one way or another. So we need to start looking at some of these issues and finding ways of dealing with them. The MRI is coming. That's going to affect a lot of areas. That's the matrimonial real interests. That has to do with the breakup of relationships, and Canada is going to give the provincial court the responsibility for hearing these issues, and the Quebec court is going to make a decision on who gets the house and whatever. So a lot of these things are going to be taken out of our hands. That also has to do with wills and estates, because the court can decide that you can't will your house to anybody. It'll go to somebody else. So there's a lot of things that are coming that we need to start talking about and dealing with. We need the community involved in these things so that we're aware, and together we decide how we want to handle them and not let somebody else always be making decisions for us. We talk about the cutbacks. Yeah, there's always cutbacks coming, but what are we doing internally to talk about where we're going and how are we going to support ourselves? We can't just stand here and complain about the cutbacks all the time. We've got to start doing something for ourselves in order to move forward in a good place in the future. So rather than start repeating a lot of things, I'm not going to use up my 5 minutes. I mean, there's question period coming later. Essentially, that's what I'm looking at. You know,